Hi there, everybody. A pleasant day to one and all. So today, our group will be going to have our demo teaching regarding monitoring, evaluation, and what are the things that we will be able to find out if we will be going to go beyond this topic. So there will be two main objectives. First is, at the end of this lesson, we will be able to know or differentiate between monitoring and evaluation. Next is to be able to assess the effectivity of the LTS community exposure and immersion. I'll start by introducing my name. This is teacher Jerick F. Hoven from BSED English 1B, and today I'll be going to discuss to you my topic, the difference between monitoring and evaluation. Let's begin. Monitoring is derived from the Latin word monere, which means to monitor. So a monitor or to monitor is one that warns or oversees, instructs, or assists. Monitoring, therefore, is a process of periodically gathering data pertaining to the status and formation of the extent of projects or program implementation. What is monitoring program? So, it is designed primarily to provide the information concerning the project implementation and to be able to compare the recent accomplishments with the earlier set goals. The purposes of monitoring the plan are the following. First is to provide a systematic method of collecting data on the implementation of the plan as implementation is taking place. Next is to generate the information that can be used for evaluation of the plan. And lastly, to be able to detect problems in implementation as they occur for proper corrective measures. This is the best example of monitoring. The child is doing his homework and I am assisting him about it. Then we'll go to evaluation, and let's always remember four important things about it. First is the meaning of evaluation. So evaluation is the process through which the effectiveness of services aid engaged against the goals which the agency sets out to achieve. So it is the heart of the program development process which provides a direction for course or future courses of action. Second important reminder, evaluation needs to be a constant process that built into all levels of program. It is by the participant and all projects and by the implementators, facilitators, social workers, or it can be CWTS volunteers. Third, evaluation also needs to be done at the end of the learning events. Second, at key points in a group at least once a month, and at a regular time in a project before planning the next year's program. And the last important key points to remember, the value of evaluation. It includes seeing the success of the program or project implementation, assessing the weakness or the weaknesses of the implementations, and of course, clarifying what needs to be changed, strengthened, and improved. Evaluation is checking or correcting his homework, letting the child know if his homework is done correctly or not. And that's the end of my lesson. Thank you so much, and I hope you learned something from me. Now, let's go beyond this topic. To discuss about the classifications of evaluation, let's hear it from Maribel Dadan.
Good day, everyone. I am Maribel Dadan from English 1B. Today, I will be sharing with you the classification of evaluation, which is participatory and non-participatory evaluation. First, let me give you the definition of what participatory evaluation is. So, it is a process of involving participants in a program to reflect critically on their own project, program, aims, and leadership. It is a participant-centered evaluation. So, the definition of participatory evaluation is something that people can take part in. When everyone is given a chance to vote on bylaws of an organization, this is the example of the process that would be described as participatory evaluation. So, ito yung mga participants na willing mag-participate sa evaluation ng program or events. For example, formal evaluation. In other words, proper and walang daya sa pag-evaluate. The second one is non-participatory evaluation. Non-participatory evaluation is done by non-participating parties, usually disinterested persons. If evaluating is biased, then it does not reflect or give the real evaluative results. So, non-participant observations involve observing participants without actively participating. This option is used to understand a phenomenon by entering the community or social system involved, while staying separate from the activities being observed. So, non-participatory evaluation is ito yung mga di-interesado sa program or event, pero nagpa-participate for some reasons. So, kahit may dayaan sa evaluation, wala siyang pake at all, or wala silang pake at all, kasi they are not interested in the first place. Let us go back to participatory evaluation. Here is the question. Why would you use participatory evaluation? It is because it often the most effective way to find out what you need to know, both at the beginning and throughout the course of a project. In addition, it carries benefits for both individual participants and the community that other methods don't. Here are some major advantages of participatory evaluation. First is that it demonstrates to people ways in which they can take more control of their lives. Working with professionals and others to complete a complex task with real-world consequences can show people how they can take actions to influence people and events. The second one is it results in a more effective project. For the reasons just described, you're much more apt to start out in the right direction and to know when you need to change direction if you haven't. Then, consequence is a project that addresses the appropriate issues in the appropriate way and accomplishes what it sets out to do. With all these positive aspects, participatory evaluation carries some negative ones as well. Whether its disadvantage outweighs advantages depends on your circumstances. But whether you decide to engage in it or not, it's important to understand what kind of drawback it might have. The significant disadvantages of participatory evaluation is it takes more time than conventional process because there are so many people with different perspectives involved, a number of whom have never taken part in planning or evaluation before. Everything takes longer than if a professional evaluator or a team familiar with evaluation family set up and conducted everything. Decision-making involves a great deal of discussion. Gathering people together may be difficult. Evaluators need to be trained. That's all. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mary Baldaran. Now, let us know what are the kinds of evaluation which is to be discussed by Fatih Ziad Ismail.
Good evening to each and everyone. I would like to introduce myself as Fatih Ziad Ismail from BSED English 1B. And I'm also a member of this group. I would like to discuss to you about kinds of evaluation. And let's get started. So what is ongoing evaluation? Ongoing evaluation is a new generation of evaluation methods on aiming at facilitating and learning of the participants in the project or programs that are still in progress. So there are three statements that belong on the ongoing evaluation. So the first one is, it provides an opportunity to make any changes. It provides an ongoing feedback to the trainer. It means they have an opportunity to develop themselves. And it provides an ongoing response to the trainer. Number two, it gives the participants an opportunity to integrate what they have learned. It gives the participants knowledge, idea, and come up with integrating what they have learned. And lastly, it is geared toward identifying whether the participants learn from the workshops and enjoy themselves. In making an activity, we should include what they feel, like excitement and enjoyment, and what they have learned in the activity. Next is concluding evaluation. It is the final evaluation. It is a result of the workshop or program at its end.
Thank you so much, Z. Now, what are the methods of evaluation? Let's learn it from Aaron Lehman.
Good day to each and everyone. I'm Aaron Lehman from BSED English 1B, and today I will explain to you the methods of evaluation and its meaning. So without further ado, let's begin. So these are the following methods of evaluation: written evaluation, informal oral evaluation, structured interview, group discussion method, observation, survey, case study, and lastly, slides, photos, or drawings. So, when we say written evaluation, this refers to evaluative writing. It's a type of writing intended to judge something according to a set of criteria. Informal oral evaluation. Informal assessments are more casual, observation-based tools with little advanced preparation and no need to grade the results. These assessments allow teachers to get a feel for student progress and identify areas in which they might need more instruction. Structured interview. A structured interview is a systematic approach to interviewing where you ask the same predetermined questions to all candidates in the same order and you rate them with a standardized scoring system. Group discussion method. Group discussion is a child-centered strategy in which students are divided into groups and they are encouraged to discuss on subject matter given. Group discussion is dominated by the teachers. Observation. So, when we say observation, the first thing that comes in our mind is the word observe. So this method involves human or mechanical observation of the people actually do or what events they take place during a buying or a consumption situation. Survey. Survey is a research method used for collecting data from a predefined group of respondents to gain information and insights into various topics of interest. Case study. This study method is a learning technique in which the student is faced a particular problem or case. And lastly, slides, photos, or drawings. We can also evaluate through slides like presenting a PPT presentation, photos, illustrations, drawing. And I guess that's all for the methods of evaluation, and I hope you learned something about the methods of evaluation and its meaning. So, thank you, and that's all.
Thank you so much, Aaron. Now, eyes on the commitment cycle, which is to be discussed by Annalyn Coronel.
Thank you, Ms. Jerick Hoven. I'm Annalyn F. Cornell, and I will discuss about the commitment cycle. What is commitment cycle, by the way? So the commitment cycle outlines the essential conversations that need to happen in order to get good work done. So the healthy organization processes through a commitment cycle. Number 1, evaluation of the present in relation to the future which the group desires. Figuring out where you are or assessing the current situation involves understanding what your present situation is and the choices that it creates. Evaluation enables us to judge whether we have had the impact we planned, contributed to changing the situation we wanted to change, and whether or not we achieved our goal. Number 2, recommendations for future development based on the evaluation. Evaluations often make recommendations about how a program can be improved, how the risk of program failure can be reduced, or whether a program should continue. Developing recommendations as their support will probably very important in order to ensure that the evaluation findings are disseminated and used. Number 3 is decision and the best course for future development based on recommendations. After evaluating the present situation, figured out the assessment, and then create recommendation on how to improve or develop in order to achieve satisfaction of the desire. Making great decisions concentrates on what is important and to make the few important on the highest level of conceptual understanding. It is because the main goal is to gather knowledge and to aim for the successful future desire. Number 4, delegation is regularly giving responsibilities for the various tasks to be done based on the decisions. In order to achieve the future desire, the group must focus on the goal, be open to new ideas. It is a good practice to involve the team in making some decisions. And of course, to empower the team to make decisions, give enough authority to make decisions and take the necessary steps to fulfill your demands. Number 5, implementation is the process that turns strategic and plans into actions in order to achieve strategic objectives and goals. A technique that enhances the adoption, planning, initiation, and sustainability of a program or practice. It is how to component of implementing a new program or practice. A specific change expected in the target population as a result of taking part in a program. Number 6 is evaluation of the action taken. The part that is related to deciding how the project will be monitored and assessed to determine the project's success and effectiveness. An effective evaluation plan should show how the project will be monitored and how its objective will be met. And lastly, number 7, the recommendation is based on evaluation and support. That's all. Thank you.
And that's it all about our demo teaching. And I hope you learned a lot from your 5 teachers. See you next time.